And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Club. We're in Greenwich, Connecticut for our panel discussion today about using media and different channels. And one of our panelists came all the way from Baltimore, Jeff Mowrey of Easy Rest. And Jeff, start out, tell us a little bit about the evolution of your company. You're selling a very high-end bedding option. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the adjustable bed market in-home sales has been around since the 70s. I joined in the late 80s and sort of evolved to a point where we now own the company. It's a direct sale, so we generate leads, whether it be direct mail or print or internet, and we call and set up an appointment for a sales rep to go directly to consumers' home and do the old-fashioned sales 101. That's how I like to refer to it.
Yes, I've been through. I know that process from starting out in the list business, the data business. Tell us a little bit about how generating sales leads has changed over your tenure.
The big thing that we have seen as a change is response rates and the ability for a consumer to pay for product these days. You go back 5, 10, 12 years ago, the people's ability to pay and their desire to pay was more of a character issue. In today's world, people don't necessarily care about paying their bills. And since we're selling a high-end ticket price, we need to be able to find sources of funding for people so they will pay their product and not walk away from the loans. As far as desire, it's an easy product for us to sell. We're not seeing any decline in desire. It's really affordability.
And one of the questions that a lot of the marketing trade groups have been looking at, digital transformation, you were kind of hinting at it in trying to find vendors to help you, is just going from traditional going to digital. What have been some of the challenges and some of the ways you've handled digital transformation?
I think the biggest challenge we've had with digital is finding someone that will live up to what they claim they can do. I think the challenge is inherent in the industry because there's so much demand for people at these companies, whether they're computer programmers or designers, that there's a tendency for the group of people you're assigned to jump ship and go somewhere else. And so it was a constant evolution of a new group of people to work with, and they care for a certain period of time, and then a new group comes in and there's not that same desire to work on your account. And that's the challenges we've had.
And we work in banking at CBSI and with credit card organizations. You mentioned having to balance, targeting credit scores, but also the ability to pay. Tell us a little bit how you're able to target prospective customers.
Well, we're using as much modeling techniques as we can from whoever can give us a model, whether it's a credit bureau itself or other modeling data companies that believe they can create models that will, as best as possible, so someone who can afford the product. And then we try and do a mix of who we think will respond as well as an ability to pay. And that's what we are ultimately trying to find.
Very good. Jeff, maybe just take us through a little bit of the path of your business career. Your business career.
I started out a long time ago in the commercial lending business, and that was back in the late 80s. And I got to a point where it was time to find a new business, a new job. Started looking around and saw an ad for adjustable bed distributor back in 1988. I'd been married 9 months, and my wife said, what else are we going to do? We might as well give it a shot. So we started out with 10 employees, and I think we did $3 million our first year. And last year, I think we have 250 employees and about $70 million in revenue. So that's been the growth.
That's been terrific to hear. What's a key for growing a business like that?
It's finding other people who are as good or smarter than you and putting them in the right positions and letting them do their jobs. I really believe that that's the best way to grow a company.
Very good. Jeff Mowrey from Easy Rest, thank you so much for coming up to the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Club and telling us your story and sharing a little bit of your know-how.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it, Ken.
Well, this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Club in Greenwich, Connecticut.